now.
Hey, what's going on, MGL? This is your co-commissioner, Trap House Hero. I'm with head honcho, Mr. Yeti. Yeti, how you doing today, big dog?
How's it going, buddy?
Doing pretty good. Just wanted to get together with you today, and we're going to talk about some news around the league and touch up on some rules, do some housekeeping, and yeah, let's have a good time. I'm going to start it off by saying I just want to thank everybody for being a part of the league, man. We're just so impressed on how everything's going. Got a solid group of guys, and the members that are starting to get weeded out that haven't been very active and are holding the league back. We're just climbing towards the standard we want to keep our league at. So I know Yeti had some things he wanted to talk about as far as being active and whatnot before we get started. So I'll let him touch base on that, and then we'll get into some of these teams, what's been going on so far this season.
Thanks, bud. So basically, me, Trap House, and a couple other people have put in a lot of work for this league, and we're very on you about being active. We expect a lot because we do a lot. This is our whole goal at the end of the day for MGL Madden Gods, is to be the best league there is. There's nothing else that we necessarily are focused on besides doing what's best for our owners and being the best league. That being said, if you're not being active on Twitter, we're not seeing you on the group chat, we're not seeing you within that, we're going to message you, and then we're going to talk to you about you being inactive. And if you do not respond, we will remove you from the league. It just happened with the previous Packers owner. Another thing about playing your games, you need to make sure you're playing your games, and if you cannot play your games, you need to message a commissioner, and we'll put you on autopilot. The Jaguars, he's out of town. The Browns, they're going to be out of town. There's a lot of things going on right now for everybody, and I understand that. We understand that. You just need to message us so we can put you on autopilot. If not, you'll come back and you'll be removed from the best league that you'll ever be in.
Yeah, 100%, Yeti, and I couldn't agree with you more. And for the most part, it's not everybody. It's just been, a couple of guys. But another thing I'll add on too, guys, just keep in mind with your salary caps with these trades. Don't trade just to trade. If you're trading to improve your team, absolutely. I've seen a couple of trades come through that we kind of were hesitant on, but we're not a super hard ass commissioner or whatever that's just gonna deny a trade to deny a trade. Sorry about that. We're having some technical difficulties over here. Today, Junior. But yeah, guys. I mean, if you're gonna trade, please make sure you're gonna be benefiting your team. But now that we got the less fun stuff out of the way, let's jump into these teams in MGL. I'm going to kick it off by saying the Chiefs have been on a absolute mission. They're undefeated, sitting at 5-0, points for 204, points against. They're on a hot streak. Tyreek Hill has been cooking people over the top. I got to enjoy sitting and watching a Kansas City stream. I think it was 2 weeks ago. And if you do not have over the top on and you're not playing those corners back, Tyreek Hill is going to make you pay for it 9 times out of 10. So this guy is going to be a Super Bowl contending team, as you can expect with a powerhouse like the Chiefs. Moving on down, we got the Washington football team, our next undefeated team. Points for 187, points against 70. I haven't really got to see this guy play, but I mean he's been decently quiet. But obviously he hasn't been quiet when it comes to playing the game. So this guy's going to be a serious problem for the NFC East. I'm willing to see who's going to knock this guy off his hot streak. Going down to the Cowboys, I actually got to play him myself, and it was a pretty crap leg. Not going to make any excuses for myself. But this guy, he does what the Cowboys need to do. He feeds Zeke the ball, and when you start bringing your safeties down and blitzing, he'll dump it over the top to Amari Cooper, and he holds the ball a long time. He's very, very good about maintaining offensive control of the game clock. Points for he's sitting at 154, which is about the norm I'd say for the top 10 teams. That points against was 73. I mean, solid defense. This guy's going to be definitely in conversation for the division as well as playoffs, possibly a Super Bowl run. So the question is, who's going to stop Zeke? Broncos, our next undefeated team. I got to watch one of his streams as well. This guy's very, very good at using those middle linebackers. If you throw one over the middle and you're not paying attention, he's gonna make you pay for it every single time. Every single time. I know Yeti got to experience that firsthand.
Oh yeah, every time.
Talking about the old Miami Dolphins, they're probably going to be dropping down in the power rankings. Them dudes came out hot; they were undefeated. I got to gladly hand him his first loss. He played a tough game. I think he's trying to still figure out how to use Tua. But when he's on his game, he's on his game. He's blown a couple of really good users out. I think once we start going into midseason and he gets a good feel for that Miami team, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the AFC come playoffs. Scrolling on down, we got the old Bears at 3-1. He's coming off a, I think he lost last week. Let me look in that. So he's on a 1-game win streak. So it was last week that he lost to. Haven't got to see a whole lot from the Bears.
He's been quiet.
Been active, but yeah, he's been a little quiet, man. So Bears, if you're watching this, we hope to see him more on the timeline, homie, and we'll give you more shout outs. Lions, I am so glad this guy's up here. I get to talk about this guy. This dude has been absolutely cleaning house in the first 3 weeks of the season.
He's been doing work.
Cleaning house, but obviously it's paid off. He's lost 1 game. Looking real nice. He's got points for, so he's been in a couple of close ones. So points for 107, and you got points against. He's got 73. But after losing that home game opener, he came on a 3-1 hot streak. So hats off to the Lions, man. Gonna see what you're doing these next couple weeks. Chargers, man. Me and this dude been at each other's heads on the timeline. He's been putting in work, man. That Chargers defense has been something serious. He's only let up 97 points, but I know he's got a bunch of takeaways, and we'll probably see that later as we go on to the actual player stats. 186 points. I see Justin Herbert's been out there. I know he came out super hot week 1. Who did they play week 1? I'll have to do a fact check, but I know for a fact that when this guy played week 1, Justin Herbert had a monster game, absolute monster game. So glad to see they're doing good. Panthers sitting 4-1, another solid team. This guy's been super active on the TL. Ready to see what this guy's gonna do in the NFC South. So I think he's and correct me if I'm wrong, Eddie, but he's currently leading the NFC South, correct?
Yeah, he should be. Yeah, he is, because he's beaten for the most part everybody in the NFC South. His favorite player is Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh yeah, Teddy Bridgewater's been working.
No,
he's been blowing.
no.
He's been blowing.
He hates Teddy Bridgewater with a passion. I just hope he listens to this.
I was about to say, because this man was blowing my DMs up trying to get Russell off me, and I was really tempted to trade him because he offered me 2 firsts and Deshaun Jackson, which is like my missing piece. If I get my trash corner out of there and I have 2 solid corners with Griffin, I'm gonna be putting motherfuckers in panic mode. So this guy was really about to get Russell Wilson from me, but Russell's gonna stay for the remainder of the season, and I'll be entertaining offers with him come off season. Steelers, I really haven't seen from really much from this guy. Maybe it's a lack of effort on my part from checking the timeline, but do you know if he's been one of the guys that's been active?
He's active in the group chat. He hasn't posted a whole lot he has not posted on the timeline nearly as much, but he is active in the group chat. The only thing I got to say about this guy is all he does is play with Diggs. If you go look at his stats right now, he'll throw 20 passes, and 16 of them are going to be catches from Diggs.
Really? So Diggs is out there making noise in Pittsburgh. Okay. I mean, he's a good receiver. It'd be hard for me not to throw him the ball too.
Yeah.
The next 2 guys I want to talk about obviously Rams. He's over here chilling in my division at 3-2. That loss is going to hurt him. Me and him, one of those guys, have been going at it on the timeline. So I'm ready for this game. I got Cardinals after my bye, and then me and him get to lock up. So
nice.
Rams, if you're listening, homie, come ready, because I'm gonna put it on you. But he's a good user though. 156 points. That points against at 107 is a little suspect. I think that's kind of why he's coming off that that loss streak, but he's beat a couple of good guys, and he's a solid user, and I'm glad to have him in my division, and we're going to battle it out for that top spot.
There you go.
I'm not going to talk about myself. I'll talk about myself enough on the timeline, and my stats do it for me. So I'm not going to talk about me too much, but the Colts and the Raiders, these guys have been putting up serious numbers.
I'm going to call it now. Well, I lost you.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, I can hear you. Colts, I'm going to call it now. They're going to make it to the Super Bowl.
You think Colts make it to the Super Bowl?
I think they at least are a very, very strong push for it. They're a good user. What they've done with that team, they haven't made any trades. Yeah, the Colts go to the Super Bowl, I think.
You think Colts? You think he's going to be able to pop? You think he's going to pop KC? 'Cause that's going to be a tough one, man. Because I think him and KC are going to play before the division.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to want to play in either in the conference, or not. I don't, because KC's probably going to get a first round bye. It's kind of early to tell. He's got a tough schedule ahead of him as well. But I see them going at it, but I don't see it being to punch the ticket for the Super Bowl. I see him going a little bit sooner than that.
You're right. I think it's going to end up coming down to the KC and the Colts. I really do.
KC and the Colts.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll see, Colts. You got head honcho saying you're going to make it, so you got some hype to fill. Last thing I'm going to talk about the Raiders. This guy, if you do not come ready to play, he does not give a damn. We had to have a conversation with him about breaking the score rule because he almost 100-piece somebody. That's crazy. 242 points, and I don't want to speak out of term yet, but he is leading the league right now for points for. So if you see the Las Vegas boys pull up on you, man, you better be ready because
they're not playing.
That guy means business.
They come for your head, that's for sure. But I mean, he's a good user for the most part. He very active. Love to have him around. It's just we had to let's keep it a little realistic, okay, buddy? I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, we get it. Everybody wants the stat pack games, but we can't be having guys getting removed from the league because they got 80 pieced.
Which we told him, and he was like, he chilled after that. He's like, okay, but I understand. Okay. He kind of showed me what happened, and basically, he left the I don't remember who he was playing, but he left Ruggs man to man, and you can't Ruggs man to man. So
no, if I want up seeing Raiders at any point at my time at MGO, whether it's in the bowl or in the regular season game, Ruggs is getting 2-man coverage, and they're playing over the top.
Right.
And I'm probably going to use him the most part of the game.
Right. All right. There you go.
All right, so we're gonna jump into some player stats because I know this podcast is running a tad bit long. Let's see about let's see these stats around the league, see what's going on. Let's share these player stats. There, that boy, Russell Wilson, a dog, a vet. He gets the steak half off at Texas Roadhouse for a veteran discount.
I hear you.
All right, so passing. Shocker. Derek Carr leading it. He's attempted 95 passes, 23 TDs with only 5 interceptions, 68 completions.
That man.
Coming behind him is Big Ben. Big Ben out here making noise at 71 completions for 125 attempts. So like Eddie was saying, this guy likes to throw at Diggs a lot. 14 interceptions, which is a little on the high end, but at the same time, he's coming in at 101 passer rating, looking pretty nice. Followed by Justin Herbert, Garoppolo, Tua, and then your boy Wilson. How many picks? We only throw out 7 interceptions. That's kind of impressive. That's usually my downfall. Is I used to throw a lot of picks, and if you played last Madden when I was the Texans, then you would know that firsthand. But shout out to these guys. Let's hop into rushing.
Le'Veon Bell
for the Chiefs, 100 attempts. These guys are feeding him the ball. He's averaging 7.8 yards a carry, 8 TDs, 157 rusher average, 13 broken tackles, a long of 65. That is crazy. That's some monster stats. And then rolling on down, we got shocker, Ezekiel Elliott coming shortly behind Le'Veon Bell at 94 attempts, 598 yards. He's averaging about 6.4 yards a carry, 6 TDs, 119.6, 1 fumble. He's the only guy in the top 10 with a fumble. And I actually think that was in my game because I had to put on hit stick aggressive and strip aggressive because this man was feeding Zeke the rock and he was showing no signs of getting tired.
Yeah.
You got your boy Christian McCaffrey. I am super surprised that the Rams let that guy go, or not the Rams, the Panthers let that guy go to the Rams. Thanks for sending him to my division. Love that. Love that for me. Love that. I'm going to have to stop McCaffrey, twice a year. That's fantastic. He's got 84 attempts with 578 yards, averaging about 6.9 a carry, 6 TDs, 115.6.
That number just drops. It goes from 84 attempts to 58.
Well, that's the thing. 'Cause that's my boy Matt Breida, baby, chilling with the Seahawks. Because we like to air the ball out, mix things up. But when Breida does get the ball, obviously, he's making moves, man. 58 carries for 503 yards. We're averaging about 8.7 in Seattle, 7 TDs, no fumbles. No fumbles at all, because if you notice, whenever you see me, man, I get nice with them. I get real nice with them user sticks.
Oh,
Receiving. We got Henry Ruggs coming in at the number 1. Obviously, we knew that was going to happen.
I'm here.
Only 25 receptions, but the dude's got 1,127 receiving yards and 17 TDs. What you think about that, Eddie?
I'm over here worried about Diggs, and I look at Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
Man.
But what's crazy, he only has 25 receptions, and he has almost. I mean, other than Diggs, I mean, he's got damn near double the receiving yards and 3 times the touchdowns.
Yeah, that's just that's a little crazy. I mean, that is a lot of yards. Like, that's more yards than Tom Brady has throwing. Period. Like, that's just a lot.
He's nice. We already talked about Diggs. That's my boy DJ Shark. I was super excited to grab him from Jacksonville. I had to let Lockett go. I wasn't too happy about that, but at the same time, though, I was able to acquire DJ Shark and Miles Jack out of it. So, and I had to toss a pick in as well. But that was a really good trade for me. I've only gotten the ball 15 times, like I said, because I'm trying to figure out. I like to keep people on their toes. I don't like to stay, consistent with my play calling. I just got Marquise Brown as well, so he's been getting a lot of receptions. But 632 yards. He's averaging 42 yards a catch and 6 TDs. I'm happy with it. Keenan Allen looking nice. 19 receptions, 520 yards, averaging about 27 yards a carry, 8 TDs. So hats off to the Chargers. So we're kind of exposing some of y'all, man, with some of these player stats.
Sure are.
Let's see, defense. We got Devin Bush with the Steelers. Holy cow, 35 tackles,
dang.
12 assists, 6 tackles for a loss, and a pick.
Man's all over the place.
That's some pretty nice stats. Montrell Meander, I don't think I've ever even heard of this guy, but he's out here fucking balling in the mix, balling in the middle of the club. No jersey. 31 tackles, 8 assists, no tackles for a loss, and no interceptions. Taylor Rapp, man, he's got 16 solo tackles. I'm just trying to figure out how a free safety is making more tackles than a linebacker. That's kind of wild. 31 tackles, 7 tackles for a loss, 3 interceptions. It's looking like he might be sending this guy on a free safety blitz, probably out of like a nickel package or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
No one really cares about special teams. But guys, I just want to say thanks for tuning in. We hope you like the podcast. We got a bunch of new things coming that are in the works right now for MGL. Like I said, to make this the funnest league that you can be in. Wesley, you got anything for these guys, man?
Not really. Just make sure you're staying active, keep in contact with your commissioners. Let's just keep playing those games and pay attention to our YouTube. It's Man of Gods TV or MGL TV. We're going to have a lot of new things coming out. You got Commissioner's Office. You got the MGL podcast, and also we're going to start commentating on some of the games, stream them directly there. So there's a lot coming.
That is coming very soon. Very soon. As soon as I get back from work, we're going to be working on that. Speaking of playing games, I know someone that's got a date with the Bears that still ain't been done yet.
I'm waiting on him. He's been dodging me.
You've been ducking. Bears, we calling you out, man. You better come get this work from my boy Yeti, man. He said Tom Brady about to put it on you.
He's only got an hour and a half left, and it's going to be a fair advance.
Shim it.
There you go, bud.
Well, we'll see you guys next time. This is Trap House.